Oh god, hi everyone, sorry. This stream is coming in hot, like much more hot than usual. I'm gonna blame the fact that it's suddenly like 85 degrees outside and I didn't get my chance to take a nap like I wanted to earlier. But we're finally here. Hopefully you should be hearing Firefox audio again. Yes, you are. Okay, great. I'm here with Grim, as always.
Yeah, I'm back.
And I'm very proud to announce that we are, in fact, getting on to the Community Night 2 streams. Hooray!
Yeah, how many months of work did it finally take for this to finally get around to?
Oh, let's not talk about that. If I really did the math on this, I probably could have figured, we could have had a 2-month submission window, but, you know, decisions, Freedom Planet, you know, it's all that. For some reason, Scorebar, this is when you just learned what coming in hot means. Are you this illiterate yet want to write? You know, metaphors escape some people. That's just okay. But, you know, maybe the fact that the whole Artemis 2 thing had to crash back into the atmosphere, that kind of maybe, you know, helped you think about it.
Yes, I love live streams during re-entry.
But, yeah, so we're finally here, and we're going to be doing things the same way we did last time. We are going to be spinning a wheel and seeing, you know, what we get, where we start off. The one special note is that friend of the channel, Pig Serpent, did submit 2 things from UZ Doom, and she was the only person to submit anything from UZ Doom. So if we land on her, and she's also here in the chat, she said she would be here, but might be late today. We're just gonna do both of the UZ Doom things for her back to back because everything else is in DSDA, and in order to just switch the amount of screen minimizing and bring things back up and make sure the captures are okay and blah blah blah, we're just going to, you know, get the UZ Doom stuff out of the way when it is naturally appropriate too. With
yeah,
that,
learned our lesson from Community Night 1.
Yeah, where there's just a lot of switching back and forth. Okay, with that, we're gonna go over to the main stream layout, and I'm praying to God that my PNG is there, because OBS Preview is showing me that it isn't there for some reason, and if it isn't, then we have more technical issues to fix. God damn it, why am I gone? Where am I?
Your PNG got isekai to another stream.
God, fuck.
Oh, your mouth is there.
Yeah, no, the Vtuber mouth is effectively there. Okay, I don't know what was happening. Everything was all of my me was just turned off for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, there you go.
You know what? Fuck it. While we're at it, let's go with the no glasses version today. We haven't took off the visor in a while. It's so different, everybody. Anyhow, yeah. So let's get started. Any you have a 1 in like 16 or 18 chance of being correct, Grim. You want to take a guess at what's gonna be first?
Well, I think when I was thinking about this before stream started, I thought it would be really funny if he got Equinox Map 10.
I have a good feeling about Community Chest 1 for some reason. That one's calling to me today. I feel like that's the one that's gonna be there. Alright, let's see.
You could set up polls for YouTube chat.
Actually, no, I can. It's just that it would take, we're already pretty deep into this, and I don't think it would be a good use of my time.
Oh wow, did we just have a mind meld scoreboard? Nice.
Nice. Alright, let's see who's right. As the music cuts dramatically. Alright, well... this was the other thing I was thinking would have happened. Of course, Eris isn't here yet, so
Oops. Alright, well,
that's a mulligan. We try again. I was Pirate Doom got picked from Pig Serpents. Oh, Ancient Aliens Map 2.
Oh, that's a good one. I think it's a pretty good one to start with, I think.
Alright, let's get going with it then. Let me just get DSDA launched here and share the screen and we can get to it. Windows, I have ran DSDA Doom before. I don't know why you're warning me about it right now. Oh wait, that was the... Oops, that was the actual just thing, not the launcher. Oopsie, hold on.
Oops.
Okay, get the launcher going, and then we need to go ahead and select quads, shove ancient aliens in there.
And to stream to me once you're able.
Correct. And then let's see, we had comp level 2 for ancient aliens.
All right, I think that one was the
9 or
it
21.
had it had 2 different comp levels because of the I think the way the music is set up. So you can pick either or. I don't think it matters too much.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna use 9. Okay, so we're gonna comp level 9 going over here. Launch this. Okay, seems to be launching fine. Put that aside for now. Mute the music and get the content capture going. That's the DSDA launcher. That's not right. There we go. That's the right thing. Firefox in the background. Okay, cool. That didn't take too long. That didn't go off with such a terrible hit. And as I mentioned in the Discord earlier, this Verizon got its bullshit out of the way, so you know, we shouldn't be experiencing too many interruptions tonight. I'm sharing my screen to you a second here. Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. Now, I am somewhat interested in what this map has to offer, because, based on the title and the title of the WAD, it seems like there's a little bit of a meme going on here. What the fuck is that the demo progress playing in the bottom?
Yeah, that is the demo bar.
Yeah. Okay. It seems a little bit potential for jokes and japes. I know there's one of these that has much more jokes and japes going to them. I just don't remember which one it was exactly at the top of my head.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
spoil.
But yeah, I'm ready. All right, let's get with it. Let's maybe pause it when the screen isn't so goddamn bright red. Okay, there we go. We have to go to level table. Go to 2. All right, I mean, we got the history channel guy over there in the corner. That's nice. All right, here we are.
It is set for UV, I imagine.
It's a good question.
Know if that's in, like, somewhere.
I actually don't know where that is. I guess we'll figure it out.
Well, you know what? I can check on the wiki. That way,
actually, yeah, I can maybe check that in the...
I think there's a way to like set it so that way you can default to make sure your difficulty is always set to UV.
Yeah, I never thought about this, actually. I just kind of tested it, and I was like, huh, yeah, that works. Mouse controller, miscellaneous. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Alright. Well, if this ends up not being UV by default, we'll just end up resetting real quick. But so far, the damage is starting to feel about right for how long it takes to kill all the other monsters by pistol, so that's a pretty good indication. Like, it seems to take about 5 pistol shots to kill an imp, which seems correct.
Well, I mean, difficulty doesn't change damage table. It changes how many enemies there are.
Oh.
Man, that's been a while, huh?
I don't think I've actually just played on other difficulties, so I don't really remember.
No, so the difficulty differences are basically just like, it's just enemy numbers. Sometimes like item placements will change depending. And then the only major ones is like obviously Nightmare is you get everything's faster and they respawn. And you get double ammo. And then I'm Too Young to Die, which is you take half damage from everything and you also get double ammo. I mean, at least looking at it, I think all the numbers are correct. So I think we might be fine.
Okay. So, you want to give us a background on Ancient Aliens? Because I don't know shit about this map.
Well, basically, this was one that I picked for, because this is one of the poll ones. And
yes.
This is basically a collection of stuff being made by, Paul de Bruin. I don't actually know how to say it actually, but most people know the skill saw. And basically, he was a guy that I've gotten very acquainted with because, as a watcher of the Dean of Doom show, he is a map maker that very much gets glazed up by him a lot, and for very good reason, because the man absolutely knows how to handle his combat sections very well. Probably some of my favorite combat set pieces in any WOD I've played are usually by him.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember Skillsaw is a familiar name from things you've said in the past, so I am really digging already just the texturing work being done in this map alone. It's really good. Like, this looks really nice while also still using a lot of vanilla textures still.
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good one. I think in terms of the other potential options, I mean, I would have loved it if we parking one, because I love how transparent that one is. But I thought this was like at least a pretty decent introduction to this kind of work. Plus, you get the vibes that Ancient Aliens or the whole WOD gives off, and like it's got like excellent vibes going on.
Oh yeah, this very much feels like Ancient Alien Temple.
Yeah, I've definitely heard from plenty of from Doom people that say that this is probably one of the best WODs of all time, and yeah, I can't disagree. It's pretty good.
I'm trying a very bad...
I guess you have a setting enabled, too, because it feels so weird that you're picking up the Berserk and it's not auto-switchable.
Yeah, I have the auto-switch disabled. I don't really tend to enjoy that setting. It kind of fucks me more than I prefer. For continuous play, yeah, it doesn't really matter, but like for me, it's like pistol starting. I really don't like constantly being thrown back to a gun that I don't want to be using at the moment. Fine. This strategy to try to make the Revenant infight with things isn't really working out very well, so I'm going to just drop it and do things the slow way again.
I think also the lack of auto-switching is also making you forget that, oh right, you have a shotgun.
No, I was using the shotgun there at the end. I'm aware.
Yeah, but also the reason why I also selected map 2 over selecting a map 1 is because map 1 you have to deal with a Cyber Demon right at the start, so it didn't seem like the best option right away.
It seems like maybe it could have been a damper on things if that was the first rolled, which it was. Let's see. Oh, hi Dakota. Successfully pirated Ruby Justice movies off sites, screen caps and splicing clean clips in old Movie Maker. Temporary digital Steam-like ownership frustrates you. Yeah, physical media can definitely be a boon to procure in comparison. I mean, you never know when something's gonna just suddenly get taken down or, you know, isn't going to be, well, yeah, if it's just going to suddenly get taken down, or maybe you'll never see a re-release and it was only, you know, whatever was digital. You know, something like Steam, I guess, doesn't tend to bother me just because Steam doesn't have this history, typically, of taking things down. I mean, I guess you have your couple of isolated incidents of, like, stuff just being removed, but, you know, I definitely understand otherwise, like, having a physical
back. My understanding, at least of the way that Steam does it, is that, like, if a game gets, like, delisted, that doesn't necessarily mean that you lose access to it even if you don't have it installed. Like, you'll always still have access to be able to use it. Because, I mean, as a given example, I have 2K16 on Steam, and that got delisted like ages ago. But I'm pretty sure I could still like install and replay it. I think the only case I've seen where it's like a game that you actually owned got removed from your library was, I think, this indie game called Pool Boy I've seen. And apparently, from my understanding, the reason why that happened was because the dev apparently revoked a bunch of keys from third-party sites because they wanted to sell the game for a higher rate since they were releasing it on the Switch, and a lot of people got pissed off at him for it. So it's not a very common thing that does happen, but generally, if you get all of your games through like the official Steam client, that's generally not an issue. But it's like, yeah, if you're getting keys from third-party sites, then there is a potential chance that if the keys get revoked, then you lose access to it. But
yeah,
again,
but the only people who do
rare.
that also flush their entire reputation down the toilet instantly, so...
Yeah, pretty much.
Steam does it well compared to just about everything else, but yeah, definitely there's a risk of not everywhere is going to do it well. And even then, I still, like, prefer, like, for me, like, I definitely have that mentality with, like, audio. Like, I have a whole CD collection, and, I mean, despite the fact that I only ever listen to, like, my music, through, you know, wave files. Ooh, weird lag spike. Encoding overload. Okay, that must have just been a weird ring. But yeah, like I enjoy still having a CD collection. And I suppose part of it is just that I enjoy the ability to kind of just have it as a showcase of like the things that I enjoy. But I guess I also do like the fact that it is a permanent, solid, like real media of all the things that I like. So that way, like, say, you know, if I was a Spotify person, it couldn't just get all taken away for no reason.
Yeah, there's novelty to having like the actual physical media. Like even from a preservation standpoint, even for like a display standpoint, it's like, you know, it's very appealing to see like, you know, someone's like whole ass game library kind of like, you know, lined up on a shelf. As opposed to just be like, I got a bunch of files on my computer.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't have a record player, and I don't think I'm ever really gonna get into like. If I ever get a record player, it's gonna be like the most boneheaded, like you plug and play version possible, because I don't want to deal with like all of the, you know, setting the needle arm right and making sure it's on perfect equilibrium and all this other shit that like my dad gets into. But like, you know, I have a couple of things on vinyl that I like to just have on display. Like I have I think I showed it off in the chat a while ago, but I have a Mega Man Legends soundtrack that I have. I have a new Jack White's what's the album called again? Lazaretto, and like Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell album, and like those are for different reasons. Each of those are cherished for me, and I like having them displayed, even though I can't play them. It's just something nice to be like, yeah, here are my likes right on display for anybody who walks in. It's a conversation starter, you know?
Right.
Like yeah, like
this whole wad is composed by Stuart Wren, and you talk about one of the best fucking Doom rock composers. Probably my personal favorite.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice soundtrack. I mean, you know, obviously, again, fits that Ancient Aliens vibe really well. Of like, you know, you could see maybe a History Channel documentary playing this in the background. It's a little bit spooky, a little bit wavy, warbly kind of thing going on. But it's also like enchanting and interesting, you know.
Yeah, no, this is definitely what I gotta add more tracks from to my playlist. I think currently the only one I have on there is Map 28, just because I love the bop. Giga Bridge is so good.
Sounds like things are spawning. Oh, things are spawning. But yeah, as like music as a conversation starter, like one of the first friends I made when I was living in Ohio was actually like my neighbor, and I made friends with her because like she had a Miles Davis poster as she was moving in, and I'm like, oh hey, I'm not like the biggest jazz person, but I know Miles Davis, like, and then we started talking about music after that, and it's like, you know, see, having physical media, like, or at least some kind of physical representation of your media is great. And actually talk to people about stuff rather than just be like, can I see your phone? And like you'll never actually get that opportunity.
Certainly got my fair share of conversation pieces. I don't know how far I can go with like my American Gothic, but it's SpongeBob and Patrick.
Hold on. American Gopnik, but it's SpongeBob and Patrick?
American Gothic.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, Gopnik was on the brain, I guess. It's a funny word.
What the fuck is Gopnik?
Not Gothnik, G-O-P-N-I-C-K. Or I guess N-I-K. Yeah, you know, that kind of term for, wasn't that like Russian street kids kind of thing going on there?
Yeah. I think that's.
It's just a funny word, and it gets stuck in my head.
Somebody from like Eastern Europe, because of I had a hard bass phase in high school.
You had a what phase?
A hard bass phase.
Yeah. I never really got into hard bass myself. It was a bit too obnoxious for me. I don't like the instrument set generally, but yeah, I'm familiar thanks to Life of Boris videos. I like the Mancubus reskin as well. And it's also nice because it adds a little bit of color contrast to him.
Yeah, I like their updated death animation too. It feels so much more like detailed compared to what you get out of vanilla. And I mean, granted, vanilla's Mancubus death animation is still pretty good.
Yeah, but I think the only thing about the like vanilla death animation is just that like you know, he does kind of just like melt in place, which is a little strange. Meanwhile, here you can actually like see the knockback a little bit more, which is pleasing. Yeah. Well, that's not a good one.
To play this one, but I think there's also the Manky variants in this one too. Actually, I believe are based on the Doom 3 version of the Mank. I remember them being a lot tougher.
Sorry, what was that about the Doom 3 version of the Mank? I was skilling.
No, I'm saying I just remember the Doom 3 version of the Mank being a lot tougher, at least than this. Like, they show up as, like, extra variants, like, later in the WoD.
Hmm. Yeah, that's actually interesting.
Yeah, they got, like, Cthulhu faces, sort of.
2 enemies left. Where are they? Up here, probably? Oh, no, wait, that's right. There's a red
case, though. Yeah.
Ow. Oh, right, and I'm out of rockets. Hey, you were supposed to be flinching from that.
Take a little more back.
Oh,
yeah,
hold on, I think
the color choices for the show. I think if there is like best way I could describe this WoD is like blue, orange, and pink.
It's a very good color scheme. Like, I mean, it works for basically any, you know, neon cyberpunk map you want to make. So, like, it'll work for this as well. Using more of the orange and blue definitely helps it kind of, you know, convey more natural colors. Whereas the pink definitely kind of gets the vaporwave aesthetic going.
Yeah, let me some vaporwave.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely solid. Alright. What the hell did that open? Oh, this way. Okay. Nice, sweet. Oh, that was a quick little experience. I don't know. Thoughts? I mean, that was fun. Obviously, that's only a little taste of what Ancient Aliens has to offer, but definitely a very nice mood set there. Like, I think, I know you were trying to convince me a while ago about how Misery Halek is meant to be a soak in the vibes kind of thing. And I didn't really get it, but I can soak up the vibes for something like this all day.
Yeah, well, this whole WoD is vibes, so it's like you could at least break it up between multiple different maps. I mean, I still very much enjoy Misery Halek, but that is absolutely a map you kind of need to break up into multiple sections. I think we truly appreciate it. Doing it all in one sitting is not ideal.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't help my enjoyment just blasting through, what, almost 700 monsters, 800 monsters in one long-ass, narrow corridor-based map.
Yeah, but that's actually another reason why I love Skillsaw stuff, is that his stuff, he understands brevity. It doesn't feel like his stuff goes on for too long, or if it does go on for too long, it doesn't feel like it's going on for too long.
No, like for this, I mean, this only took 10 minutes once I like got out of the little like first fight. It was nice. Each little encounter was kind of broken up. Nothing was ludicrously difficult, but it was, you know, provided a decent challenge. Like, okay, I need to worm my way around the revenants because they don't have all that much ammo, for example, or focus on the Mancubi or getting him to infight with something. It still required some thought, but it wasn't, you know, pushing staples into my skin or something like that. And I was able to still appreciate the Ancient Aliens vibes going on there.
Yeah, definitely a good WoD. I've not finished it in its entirety yet, but it is. I think I've played about 2/3 of it. It's all very solid stuff.
Nice. All right, well, let's pick the wheel back up and give her a spin, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. We'll hide that choice now. We're done with that one, and then make sure it's visible. Secondary content. Oh, it's because it's lower. Let me bring that back up. There we go. All right. Let's see. What do we get now? Okay, good. It wasn't fucking Pirate Doom again. It would have been so funny if Pirate Doom had been landed on twice. As like quote unquote first spin.
Oh, another pull one. Sargasso.
Yep, Sargasso map too. This is actually pretty good to get the some of the pull stuff out of the way first, as people probably need to show up.
Yeah, I think it works out.
Let me just do some crossing off on my Word document here. All right, Sargasso, map 2, red zone. That's right. Okay. All right. Hide back capture.
Sadly, despite being called a red zone, it does not, in fact, use the music of Red Zone from that One Beat Mania game.
Damn. I was hoping that I would be able to recognize that beat. Okay. Let's see. Gotta quit. And then we gotta do that. It's funny you mentioned that. Like, I think my first exposure to that red zone music was like it. People used to make like TF2s. I mean, used to make. I'm sure they still do. Just like
Oh yeah, I know of the one
yeah.
SFM specifically you're talking about. I
Well,
actually got
actually, I'm not referring to the SFM. I'm referring to the audio track that SFM uses, where it's just Scout's voice lines synced up to the music. That was
Oh
my
no,
first.
yeah, yeah, but I'm familiar with the original Red Zone track because of YTPMV stuff, which I think is where that video gets that same track from.
Oh sure. Okay, let's see.
So don't forget to stream to me again, since it did close out.
That's a good point. You know what? Actually, I'll just share the whole screen with you, and hope that I don't give you anything incriminating along the way.
Okay.
Where did he put the bodies? Anyways.
Like, hey, wait, is that the whole Epstein list? What the fuck is going on?
Wait, why do I have that? I've been sitting on that the whole fucking time. I've been sitting on that the whole fucking time. I could release that right now.
I think I'll release it now.
Okay. Let us go over to. Okay, so this is map 2 again. All right.
Yes.
So yeah, I noticed from the title screen here, and also just loading into the game. Is this like Star Fox inspired?
Yep, it is very much Star Fox inspired. Primarily Star Fox Assault, since it's actually based on the Sargasso base from that game specifically. But it does use graphic stuff from Star Fox 2 as well.
Huh. Alright. Interesting. So I am a man who knows nothing about Star Fox outside of what's in Smash Brothers, so... Okay. Care to enlighten me on what I might be missing out on referentially, or what the setting is?
This is kind of like a mix of different things, so I don't think this is meant to connect, like... It connects loosely to, like, actual Star Fox lore, but it's basically just kind of like a mini campaign where it's just like you get to play as Wolf O'Donnell, leader of Star Wolf.
Fair enough. No need to overcomplicate things.
Yeah, no, this ended up just kind of being a WAD I sort of found by happenstance while I was browsing through on the Doom plus Doom 2 thing. I'm just like, oh shit, it's got Star Fox stuff. I like playing Assault, and I ended up playing through it, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like the best thing ever, but it's like a solid A tier.
Alright, yeah, that works. Someone made some solid design choices, got us some Star Fox theming, and works for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think probably the one thing about it that I could say, and maybe you could see this as like a potential detriment, it does kind of fall into the TNT thing of being a little bit too hit scan heavy.
Yeah, I'm noticing that this entire opening area is just full of shotgunners and chain gunners in open view. I mean, you have a couple of crates to hide behind, but it does get a little bit meat grindery pretty quickly. I do notice the pistol seems to be like a little bit faster though, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I believe the pistol's faster. The chain gun, I believe, is also faster.
Yeah, the chain gun's definitely faster. The fucking enemies just shred you with it. I could feel that, like, just from, like, one guy standing up on the boxes back there, that he was absolutely gunning for me way harder than any chain gunner has ever done before. Alright, grab that.
Yeah, but the guy who made this one, Vtuber Force, I think does a lot of good work too. I think his stuff is maybe a little bit more hit or miss, but I mostly enjoy his stuff. Like a lot of his his more low-key WAD stuff.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn up the music a little bit for this one's a little bit quiet.
I think this might be my favorite WAD from him I've played so far. But again, that one might also be a bias because I grew up playing a lot of Star Fox Assault. Yeah, that game was like listen, for a wee lad who did not have access to an Xbox, this game was the closest you ever got to playing Halo on the GameCube.
Yeah, that would probably do it then. Yeah, I don't know. I just never. Star Fox is just one of those mini Nintendo titles that I'm just like, yeah, this would probably be fun. I'm just never gonna end up getting to it. Like, it's kind of like how a lot of Zelda games would probably also fall into that category for me. It's just like, I don't know. Anytime I think of what's a new game I want to play, it's like haven't, you know, these haven't crossed my mind. It wasn't part of my childhood, and you know, never really watched too many videos on Star Fox or Zelda or anything like that.
We'll see. What's funny about it too is that like I'm not generally, I haven't really played a lot of Star Fox games either. Like the only one I've played to its fullest is Assault.
What the fuck? Okay, that's a big.
Oh yeah, I forgot these enemies. Friggin' Helter Payer in the squad. I really forgot about those.
That thing looked like a robot demon spawn for like the first 5 seconds I looked at it, and I was freaked the fuck out.
To be like the Pinky replacements.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually in an unofficial paid expansion way back in the 90s. They originated from that.
Wait, an unofficial paid expansion? Like, so somebody...
Oh yeah, I think there's basically 3 unofficial expansions for Doom 2 that you did have to pay money for back in the day.
Okay.
So there was Hell to Pay, which I think is okay. There's Perdition's Gate, which I actually think is pretty good. It's mostly Tom Mustaine stuff. He did a lot of TNT and Master Level stuff, but he actually is good at design, unlike a lot of other people who worked on Master Levels. And then the last one is the Lost Episodes of Doom, which I would generously call the worst fucking Doom WAD I've ever played.
A little bit like Mario and the Lost Levels.
I'd say it's more like Mario and the Slop Levels, to be more accurate. Because I should clarify that Lost Episodes of Doom is not a hard WAD, but it is very much oh yeah, 2 inexperienced guys in the 90s made a whole ass fucking episode replacement, and it fucking shows.
I know this is so time inefficient. I shouldn't have done that, but I couldn't resist.
I love his lip dick scratching animation for the melee. Yeah,
it's a little bit, his heart's not quite in it. If he was putting his heart in it, then, you know, enemies would just be dying immediately. You know how, we all know how lethal that fucking thing was in Brawl, so.
Oh yeah, that's the Doom 3 Mang. He's got the Cthulhu face, he's got the tentacles.
Oh. Disturbing.
Actually, before I get interrupted by the Hell to Pay cameo appearance, but yeah, I've not played a lot of Star Fox. Like, Assault was basically the only game I played in fall, and basically the only reason why I played a lot of it was because they had a demo kiosk in a Best Buy where they just had the first level, like, that you could play on a loop. And I remember... Right.
Alright, cool. Kamikaze Serious Sam enemies.
Yeah. And I just remember playing the shit out of the first level in that demo kiosk, and I'm just like, I want to own this. And then eventually I did get it for my birthday, and I'm like, yeah, it's still fun. And then... I know a lot of people are kind of against the on-foot missions for a Star Fox game, but I honestly love them. And Assault has one of the best multiplayers I think I've ever played with just other people. It's super fun.
Yeah, you know, I bet probably people kind of being against the on-foot missions or something like Star Fox probably just comes from the same place of, like, you know, how some people are just like, well, I don't like this album from this band because it's just not the genre
There's a
that I'm
lot of
expecting
Star
from
Fox
them.
64 purists. Like, let's be honest, Star Fox 64
Yeah.
is the Mega Man 2 for Star Fox games, where it's just like, that's the fucking one game that everything else gets graded by.
Yeah,
It's,
no.
you know, but the thing is, Star Fox 64 is actually a good game. It's just a pity that people couldn't, you know, maybe
branch out a little bit.
playing more like interesting shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Dakota. I don't know, dude. Enemies normally shout when they charge at you. No, that's the that was a serious Sam Kamikaze type enemy. That was a kind of a custom add-in type thing. Also, by the time you're hearing this, you're maybe about like 4 or 5 minutes behind. You might want to fast forward on the video, or set it to like, you know, 2 times speed or something to catch up to us. But anyways, oh, okay, maybe not. He's actually, that was pretty quick. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like my example constantly of like people just can't enjoy like a series doing a different genre kind of thing, or like music doing a different genre. And this might be a hot take for me, but it's one that I enjoy. I actually kind of enjoy Metallica's like Reload, at least. But Load is kind of not so good, but Reload is actually a really solid album, but people just don't want to give it a shot because it's not, you know, fucking thrash metal. And just like, oh, what's this new metal shit?
Which tracks are on Reload that I can remember off the top of my head. I think, because it's like, I kind of get confused with some of the tracks that are on either album, if it's Load or Reload.
Mm-hmm.
Does Reload have King Nothing?
No, that was Load.
That was Load? Okay.
Reload has Unforgiven 2, Fuel.
Okay, Fuel is Reload. Okay, yeah, I do.
Fixer. It also has Prince Charming. I'm not crazy about Where the Wild Things Are, but it's okay. And then there's also I'm trying to think about it. The Memory Remains.
Yeah, I'm like hearing all these tracks, and it was like, wow, I know like none of these off the top of my head.
I mean,
I
yeah,
guess I really just haven't listened to later Metallica stuff as much as I expected. Well, I guess it's weird for me because it's like I've listened to plenty of Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Black Album, and Justice for All. And then it's like most of the stuff after that I haven't listened to, and then it's like, oh, I was fucking knee deep in like what, I forget the fucking name. Hardwired, Self-Destruct, and Death Magnetic I also listen to a shit ton of. Yeah, a lot of like that other like middle stuff for Metallica I've not listened to as much, aside from like maybe a couple tracks.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the entire Metallica discography. Also, welcome, Pig Serpent. Watch Doom and finish Taxes. Alright, sounds like a good plan. Yeah, no, I'm pretty familiar with the entirety of Metallica. Like, Metallica was actually, like, the first band I came to recognize and memorize any songs out of. Like, I'm talking as an elementary schooler. I knew, like, you know, Master of Puppets. It's pretty funny to have, like, a 7-year-old be like, Master of Puppets are pulling your swings, and not really understanding what the fuck's going on, but, like, you know,
I mean, my dad was so ingrained with Metallica that I used to get lullabied to sleep by fucking various Metallica tracks.
But yeah, I end up being pretty familiar with all of Metallica as a result. Like, the only thing I'm not really familiar with Metallica is probably, like, Saint Anger I'm only starting to kind of get around to. I guess that's probably the last thing that I'm getting to know well, but all the other albums I'm solidly familiar with. I guess I guess I'll say I'm not familiar with Load very much because I listened to it like maybe 3 times. I'm like, I can't get into this. This just isn't very good.
I forget if Until It Sleeps is on Load or not. I remember that's like one I do enjoy quite a bit.
Might be. Maybe I should give Load a chance again. It's probably been like a good 13 years or so since I've listened to the album. So my tastes have probably changed since then.
Yeah, I think I'm also realizing that's probably the reason why there's like a big gap for a lot of the Metallica stuff, is that a lot of the Metallica stuff I would get introduced to by like my parents, and it's like if there was an album that they didn't enjoy, they were probably not playing it very often.
Yeah, exactly. I had to manually listen to Saint Anger and Load and Reload. My parents were not playing that shit ever.
Yeah, but I had like a diverse amount of like metal band stuff growing up. Like I know I got listened to like a lot of Megadeth, a lot of Anthrax.
Yeah, those guys are also on the list.
AC/DC. Yeah, I did not get to listen to a lot of Slayer until much later in life because my dad was not as much of a big of a fan of Slayer. Like he didn't hate them, he just like he did not care for the way they sounded compared to the other three, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the funny thing I would say is that actually my dad is still a pretty big Slayer fan. Like he made a big deal of it when like there was a Big Four kind of like, you know, tour of them of like Slayer, I think it was Slayer, Megadeth, Metallica, and someone else.
Oh yeah, yeah, because I've gone to like the concert they had in Yankee Stadium where it was the Big Four, and actually the one thing I also remember from that is like, all right, Slayer's up next, and Dad's like, all right, I'm gonna go get concessions. I don't give a shit.
See, it's
like,
funny.
Man.
Yeah, I guess my dad probably wasn't that into Slayer but he made a big deal of Slayer being on there too. So I'm like, I don't know, is he? But like, I don't think I've ever heard him play anything Slayer. So maybe he also wasn't into it.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I think the funny thing is, I think most of my enjoyment for Slayer came retroactively from playing Doom, actually. Because there's a lot of Doom tracks that are literally just, wait, that's just fucking Behind the Crooked Cross. Or it's like, that's just South of Heaven.
Got
like,
overplayed.
Wait, bangers. Like, why the fuck doesn't my dad listen to more Slayer? This is good shit.
I should give it a shot then, actually. I don't think I've actually ever sought Slayer out in my entire life, so I don't even know what the hell they sound like.
I can maybe understand a little bit more of like a dissuasion for like a lot of normal people to listen to Slayer because it does kind of tend to lean a little bit more on like the hellish imagery stuff. But it's like, you know, it's like I've also seen shit like Cannibal Corpse, so it's like does it really hit that hard?
No,
like,
things stop phasing you after a while. I'm taking the long way around for this secret. Pig Serpent, you like stopped liking thrash at some point, and Metallica was the biggest victim of this doesn't hit anymore. Still into a couple of Megadeth albums though. Yeah, I mean I'm not as into like thrash metal as I was when I was, you know, 14 and I had emotional problems. But like, you know, I still enjoy putting on, you know, Metallica every once in a while, and I'm starting to actually get into some Megadeth. I really appreciate you know, Peace Cells and Rust in Peace, and I think those are the two main albums I've gotten into, but, you know, a couple of other random singles here and there are pretty cool. And Raining Blood by Slayer is still that bitch. Fair enough.
It's still good, though. But yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like that's the one that everyone knows, because that was the one track they put on Guitar Hero 3 that everyone had fucking issues trying to 100%.
Well, I never played any Guitar Hero, so...
It's like speaking from experience as a wee lad back in 2008. I remember I will never fucking forget Raining Blood because out of all of like the non-bonus track songs, that was the one song even on easy I could never FC.
Rocket launcher. Damn, that's quite a indictment of its quality. Also, I'll get that armor later for the secret. All right, well, I guess I'm getting the armor now.
Well,
oops.
Sometimes it work out like that. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily lean as much toward death metal. I generally prefer
yeah,
thrash.
death metals I'm very biased away from. I just don't really like the vocal kind of growliness of it, but
yeah, Anthrax.
I can get it.
Testament's also fantastic too. I'd probably say my dad's more of a fan of Testament nowadays than he is Metallica.
I don't think I've ever heard of Testament before.
They got good shit. I think I've heard them best described as like if you have like the big four of Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth, and Metallica, then like Testament would be like the lost one. Like they would have been the fifth, I guess.
The fifth child.
Yeah, like a fifth. Although I guess there's also plenty of people that also say that Exodus could have also been a good fifth, but you know, I guess it depends on perspective. Yeah, Exodus has some good shit too.
Our Melodeath? Oh god, leave it to Pig Serpent to always bring up a fucking genre I've never heard of.
Power metal I also fuck with a lot. Love me some Manowar, love me some Stradivarius.
Yeah, Stradivarius is fucking good. That's a band I forget about a lot, but like anytime someone brings up the name, I'm like, oh wait, yeah, I don't listen to enough Stradivarius. Stradivarius is
Hey,
fucking
Crash,
great.
you want to know how I first found out about Stradivarius?
Oh, this is gonna be a good story. How'd you first
Probably
find
the
out?
same way a lot of other people probably found out about Stradivarius.
Oh,
The fact that a guy fucking
Jace.
stole all of their music and put them in fucking Dragon Ball games.
Oh, I don't think I know that. I think what was it? Actually, no, I think I know of Stradivarius because it was oh, what was the one guitar or clone hero guy's name? Jason something on YouTube.
Paradise.
Yeah, Jason Paradise. He did like a cover, or he did one like an FC of one of Kane's Offering songs, and then Stradivarius came on as a recommendation after I listened to Kane's Offering because they're this like same people, or some of the same people, I think.
Yeah, that's how I found out about like a few other power metal stuff. That's how I found out about Ganeris, Kane's Offering. Yeah, it's good. It's good listening to the Clone Hero guys because you get exposed to like music you probably normally would not be able to find on your own.
Yeah, exactly. I would never have found what are they, like a fucking Norwegian band or a Finnish band, some kind of Scandinavian band. Like, yeah, it would never appear to my radar.
Finnish? I want to say they're Finnish.
Fair. So yeah, it's one of them. all the plus sign flags can go and leave angry comments down below.
Yeah, but to get the whole, like, you know, Dragon Ball stolen music from Stradivarius, I shit you not, I'm pretty sure the entirety of Stradivarius' Infinite album is literally the soundtrack for Budokai 1. And then when there's a song in there that isn't from Budokai 1, it's just fucking Iron Man from Black Sabbath.
All stolen music. We love that.
You know what the fucked up thing is, too? It took until, I think, 8 years after Budokai 1 released for them to realize all the fucking plagiarism, because eventually the guy who composed the Budokai games went to work on Dragon Ball Z Kai, and then everyone was like, wait a minute, this is just fucking music from Terminator Salvation and the Avatar movie. What the fuck? And they looked through his entire discography, and I'm like, all of it is fucking stolen from other sources.
Oh, you kind of got to appreciate the level of grift that the dude was pulling off for that long.
Like, I mean, listen, I'll give him this. If it wasn't for the fact that he plagiarized a bunch of music, like, I probably would have never discovered Stradivarius.
Yeah.
But it's like, you listen through most of it, it's like, wait a minute, that's just fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's just fucking ABBA. And it's like, then there's the fucking, like, SNES Dragon Ball games. Like, that's just the fucking Beatles. Like, are you kidding me? I will probably need to find, like, an entire, like, fucking repertoire of all the shit that's stolen. But it is insane. And actually, I think the funny thing that I also remember from this, too, was, I bought Raging Blast 2 when it was coming out on 360, and then I remember the version that I had, I'm like, wait a minute, the soundtrack doesn't have that fucking one song that I kept listening to, and then I listened to the rest of it, like, wait, this is missing a bunch of songs from the thing I remember. And because the thing I remember was the original Raging Blast 2 soundtrack had a bunch of plagiarized shit in it, so they had to issue recopies that just reused the Tenkaichi 2 soundtrack. That's the version that I owned.
This is
but it is impressive that it got so out of hand that they had to do an entire fucking game reissue because of all the plagiarism, because they didn't want to fucking get sued.
Yeah, that's pretty profound plagiarism. That's just kind of embedded and weaved into it at that point.
Yeah, that's actually why a lot the Budokai, when Budokai 1 and 3 got re-released on, at the time, modern hardware, everyone was upset that it didn't have the old music.
Wait, that was a gunshot.
Where
the fuck is he? I'm sorry, I'm fucking zoned into the game right now, and I see just the occasional bullet decal, and I'm like, where the fuck is the one guy in this area? This area full of fucking crates and uneven platforming and plenty of cover. I have no idea where he is and where he's trying to shoot from. Down here, I'm checking these corners. I imagine he's got to be on like a higher area if he hasn't just wandered his way over. Yeah. I can't see him.
Maybe this is one of those things you just play it out, and then when you have to go looking, maybe just the IDDT just to make sure that like he didn't fucking wander in some fucked spot and you can't reach him.
Yeah, I suppose that's probably a better idea. All right, we'll move past. Anyways, let's check up on the chat. What are they talking about? Kaiju Punk's favorite band is Dirt and Gray. Best way to describe them is prog metal, but they vary a lot.
Oh, I also see the System of a Down mention. Yeah, love System of a Down.
Oh yeah, System of a Down is like fucking awesome. I only recently discovered. I think I was mentioning this last year. I only discovered them like last year. And, I mean, I knew of them, but oh, there you are.
Oh, there's that fucker.
I only started listening to their stuff within the last year. And you know, not every album hits for me. Like for whatever reason, Toxicity just doesn't really do it for me that much. Like it's a fine album, but I just don't really care for it that much. But I really enjoy Mesmerize and Steal this album. Both are excellent.
Oh yeah, Mesmerize might be my favorite. I think just because it's got Terracotta Pie.
Yeah, that's a. Well, no, that's Steal this album. No, wait, no, you're right. Never mind. I got confused.
I think Steel Sabbath has Aye.
Yeah, it has that one as well as oh, what the fuck is the actual title of the song? The one that goes pizza pizza pie, pie at the very beginning.
Yeah, I know.
I guess that's probably the exit.
Song either. I know what you're talking about.
You're gonna go see Maximum the Hormone when you travel to Japan eventually. You know that band? I don't know them.
Does not ring a bell for me personally.
Spin us a yarn, chatters. Who's Maximum the Hormone? It sounds like a original Sonic character, but I'll spare you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, Vicinity of Obscenity is Terracotta Pie. Yeah, that's the one.
Ah, okay.
The Pizza Pie song is different though. I think that's a different track.
Yeah, no, that's from that's from Steal This Album. I can't remember the title for some fucking reason. Probably Streamer Brain. Oh, these were warps. Okay, that makes more sense. Wait a minute, don't I have a rocket launcher? Yes, I do. Okay, hold on. Also, I haven't mentioned it the whole time, but I have noticed, and I do like the custom enemies that are just shooting Mancubus shots, but are, you know, tinier, faster zombie men like characters.
I think they're called Flame Troopers, I believe. It's a very common custom enemy.
I like it because, you know, faster but more fragile Mank can actually do a little bit more with that shot pattern, I think.
Okay, so basically, Maximum the Hormone was like Japanese System of Down. They've done stuff for Chainsaw and Death Note. I feel like it's weird because it's like if they've done stuff for Death Note. I feel like I should have heard of them by now, but I guess it's just never come up for me.
I only assume that these are unique arenas. No. Then how do I get this key? Oh, this is a button right there. Huh. All right, I might have to give them a listen, and then if I've been on a System of a Down kick lately. Okay, it looks like there's actually a whole ass area down this way. No, I just kind of shot down this hallway previously. I didn't actually take a look at it. I mean, so far my thoughts on this map have been this is actually pretty fun. It's just it is definitely maybe taking a while for, what is this, map 2?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not the most glowing remark I could make. But, you know, at the very least, I do think it's fun that, you know, having lots of, you know, a handful of custom enemies. Most of them are pretty fragile. You can just blast through them even if there are a lot of them. And the map seems pretty generous about health, too, so... It's just
like I said, I think maybe the biggest detriment to this WAD specifically, I think, is it tends to lean a little bit too heavy on hit scan, but overall, I still think it's fine. I was just a little bit against the idea of maybe doing some of the later maps because some of the enemy variations they throw in, like Afrits, are maybe a little bit too much for right now.
Okay. So this map starts to put your balls in a vice later, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, no, some of the later maps for this WAD are hard, but they're like enjoyable hard.
Yeah.
But Yeah, like I said, I might be biased towards this map set just because, again, I fucking love
Backpack.
Star Fox Assault. Because that's just, like, very much formative memories up in the same vein as, like, Double Dash and Melee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair.
Yeah,
like, I'd be biased towards any maps that have, like, I don't know, you know, Kirby elements to them, or, like, Paper Mario, and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, because it's like, it also, like, for me, Assault is just such a fun multiplayer experience, because, like, what other fucking game can you do where it's like, you can get inside of an R-Wing, dismount on the R-Wing, ride the R-Wing like a fucking horse, jump off it, and then do a 720 fucking no-scope?
Yeah, not many games can offer that.
That shit is fucking sick.
Yeah, that sounds like some shit that you would see in, like, one of the Just Cause games, somebody, like, manufacturing to fuck around with.
Yeah, and that's not to even mention all the potential, like, stupid shit you can do with, like, out-of-bounds tricks in the multiplayer maps. And the fact that the multiplayer maps had their own unique music tracks that were different from the campaign versions of the levels. Yeah, it's so fucking good. Like, that is like a game, like, I would be at the bequest of, like, oh my god, if anyone can fucking set up, like, online matches for Dolphin the same way they did it for Melee, I would fucking play the shit out of that with other people.
Yeah, no, that sounds like it'd be a good time. It sounds like a crazy ass set of options you have for the game, so it sounds like good. Sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of, like, different options. Plus, like, you get, like, 6 different playable characters too, all with, like, different special attribute stuff. The fact that there's actually a fucking world where Slippy is the second best character in a fucking video game is really funny.
Yeah, that's a good one. Getting your ass kicked by the toad that nobody likes.
Yeah, and there's taunt canceling, which I'm very familiar with because there was a time where I was playing Star Fox Assault in a fucking play-in trade back when they still existed, and we did so much fucking taunt canceling as Slippy that the fucking one of the owners there threatened to throw a shoe into the TV we were playing it on.
I'd say the taunt strategy worked really well then. Okay, that's just a red skeleton, man.
Red skeleton. I completely forgot about the red revenants in this game.
Yeah, it's I mean, I guess it keeps things in. No, there's no justifying that. It doesn't fucking blend in with this entire aesthetic at all. It's just a big red revenant.
It is called red zone, so I guess that would explain why the revenants are red.
I guess so. It is still very funny just to have, you know, all of the Marines out here and, you know, Robot Mancubi and Robot Pinkies, and then here's a big red, you know, whoa, red skeleton be upon ye. I don't want to push your button. I'm not gonna. Okay. Red and mean. Score, are you familiar with all the fucking, like, weird,
If the skeleton is red, that means he's weak to ice attacks.
Scores reminded me of, like, I think Defective tried to show us this once. It was a bunch of, or show you this once. It was just a bunch of fucking, like, it was skeletons self-describing to kind of, like, one of the fucking, like, famous FNAF songs of, once again, my streamer memory is really fucking hitting me badly here. One of the Living Tombstone's, like, famous FNAF songs, not like the one that's Five Nights at Freddy's, but the one that's like Springtrap and It's Alright. It's Safe Inside. There you go. That's the lyric.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of skeletons being like, I am white, made of bone, going to stop you from entering my home. You know, stupid shit like that. And it was very poorly synced up, and so Red and Mean is making me think of that. Red and Dread? Sure, that works too. Alright. Huh, that looks like the exit level.
That is the exit. But you've gotten everything, so it's all good.
Oh, I did just get everything. Okay, great. Yeah, badass crusty JPEG of Wolf. Alright, what good fun. Yeah, no, I mean, that was pretty cool overall. Like I said, it was just, it went on a little bit long, but the setups were solid and something you could definitely just vibe to. And, you know, the little additions of custom enemies help keep things a little bit spicy. So, happy. Good recommendation.
Some of the later maps definitely balance out lengthwise a bit better.
Nice.
Yeah, no, like I said, I very much enjoy this map set. Just again, I put small bias, but yeah, I still think it's pretty good.
Yeah, solid. It's a good one to put on the vote, and glad people had it win. Ugh, okay. Well, guess we should spin the wheel one more time.
Spin more wheel.
It's so funny, Pig Serpent. You were Pirate Doom was actually the first thing to actually appear on the wheel, so I had to turn it down because you weren't here yet. But we will we'll see if it happens again. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll already get your stuff out of the way the first night. Oh wait, shit! I didn't share the screen. It does this doesn't count.
This one's about it.
Okay, hold on. Nope, we're not counting that one. We're gonna... Oh, okay, there we go. Alright, spin that wheel. Where are we headed to next? We are on to... Brainlet? It's Brainlet, Road to Hades, map 18. Alright.
That's the one where you need TNT. Also, I don't know, did the wheel even show up on stream? I didn't see it.
What about the wheel on stream?
I didn't see it show up on stream.
It's currently there right now. If anybody else can confirm, it says...
Wait, am I just lagging behind? Is that all?
You might be lagging behind.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Alright. Alright, let's get this rolling. Also, I will say the music for that map was pretty good, but that's because it was, you know, in line with all the Star Fox stuff. Oh,
yeah, it's very, very on point there.
If there is anything I know about Star Fox, it does have that it has good music.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good.
All right. Road to Hades.
I think the one thing I probably should mention about Road to Hades, though, is that if you go too far, you cannot backtrack to get the secrets, but I believe I know where both of them are, so that should not be an issue.
All right. I guess just let me know if I end up wandering too far. Or I'm about to. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess the best thing is just to do a look over on any of the areas before you feel like you continue too far ahead.
All right. Oh, right, that was... I remember starting this and testing and be like, why is it just a gigantic fucking explosion the moment I open a map? Okay, map 18. Oh, yeah. It's dark. It was so dark when I first started this off, I thought that there was something wrong with things. But
yeah,
no,
it's meant to be this dark. This is very atmospheric.
It's moody. That guy ate some radioactive goop, and now he's bright and flashing. Oh no, I ate the radioactive goop. Now I'm going on a trip.
Yeah, well, I mean, the official name of the map is Deaf, Dumb, and Blind, so I guess it makes sense for it to be dark as fuck.
Now, hold on. I may be deaf, and I may be dumb, and what was that third thing?
Blind.
That's the joke. Backpack. I'll take that. Thank you. These corpses are so nice to me. This is... Huh. Is it weird to say that this kind of reminds me of, like... This feels like a Minecraft kind of area design. You know what I mean?
Is it because of all the floating blocks?
I think, yeah, all the floating blocks, the fucking central pillar. Just, it kind of seems like a hybrid of, like, what they would try to do if, like, they need to do something extra with the end or something like that.
Oh, now you gotta fight the Ender Vial.
Okay. There's a whole lot of hoopla.
There's like passageways in like the walls you have to look for.
I see. I see there's a nice purple square over here, so I might as well put my face up against this area. No. Over here? Oh, yeah, tiny little alleyway for me to get, like, crushed in. For me to get jump scared in. That's, God, that's like how there was that one horror game from, like, a couple years ago where, like, there was a child that, like, ran, outside from one hallway and then bonked their fucking head on the, wall and
but then
turned
you
into a
can,
ghost.
but for that game, you could also keep backpedaling and keep respawning the triggers, so you can just do it
Yeah.
over and over again.
Oh, boy.
Is that gonna be the fucking... I think that's gonna be fucking Brainless calling card. It's just trolling you with fucking vials.
Fair. It's a good thing. It's a good reaction to get out of a streamer. Hey, Proto, welcome. I like the sky for this one. Very big and open. Someone's been placing blocks and shit. Oh, good. Pig also thought it was Minecraft coded. I'm not crazy. Yeah, it's the running baby meme. I'm glad we were all... Oh, yeah, and the running skeleton meme. Did you see that?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Random hole in the floor map? No? Okay. Man, if Kaiju's watching, I bet this is actually something they're totally into. This seems like the kind of moody,
Oh yeah,
grimdark type shit.
given the stuff that they were submitting, yeah, I would probably say it's very much up their alley.
Alright, well, I'm still no fucking closer to figuring out what the hell that just did. I guess maybe... You know, I probably just did the Plutonia thing where I turned down the wrong direction and didn't go for the obvious thing of the door fucking opening that was nearby. Yeah, alright, cool. Good job, me.
Wouldn't be a Crash Icarus stream without overcomplicating things, huh?
Oh my god, it screamed at me. Oh my god, I'm boxed in here. There's teleporting noises. It's so scary.
Oh, and they're belching out corpses.
Oh, they are. Tasty. Thank you for the food. He had lots of video editing skills. You'd do that with the running skeleton thing. It wouldn't be too bad if you want to try that out, I'm sure.
Hey, good old fire blue.
Well, that was certainly a use of my time.
I get the feeling you're not a fan of atmospheric shit.
No. I mean, I kind of like it, but why was I trapped in the fucking demon hexagon room or octagon room for like longer than I had to be? Oh hey, that's like an enemy. I could fight this. This is Doom. Hey, can you like stop wandering so weirdly? Thank you.
That's a good thing some of the shit I submitted is both atmospheric and will also bust your balls.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want. I want something that makes me feel immersed like I'm in a hopeless life or death scenario. Oh, hey, there's like pinkies back.
As opposed to feeling immersed like you're in a fucking horror scenario, but you feel nothing because you're live streaming, I guess.
Yeah, because I'm live streaming and I'm trying to be the jester for everybody. So, like, I have to immediately downplay any sense of horror that I feel. I'm not a horror games streamer. I'm not gonna stoop that low. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm not saying I'm sorry for the I won't stoop that low, guys. Haha. I'm more like the I'm sorry that I just said that that's stooping low. But like I don't know. I feel like all the people who play horror game stuff is just like they do it because they want to be able to elicit easy reactions of like, oh no, I'm spooked.
I think it's also at least fair to say that a lot of horror game stuff tends to be oversaturated, so that's at least another angle to come from.
It just feels like it's been not to say that Mega Man hasn't been done to hell and back. You know.
I don't know, at least for your own stream stuff, I would be like, yeah, maybe if you were gonna do horror stuff just to save it for Halloween, for like at least for it to be thematic.
Yeah. Oh boy, this. Fine, I guess I'll back up and use some rockets. Didn't really want to waste them on pinkies, but here we are.
I'm colorless, odorless, toxic gases that crunks.
Colorless, odorless, toxic gases aren't exactly all that intimidating. Most of them are just, I can literally name 5 of them that you're breathing right now. You're breathing carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and a little bit of xenon. It's not very spooky. Now you want to make it 5 colored, odorful toxic gases. That'd be good. I guess I didn't label the. I guess I missed the toxic part of the first thing. Damn it. Joke failed.
The joke got into an accident and fell into the ICU.
Yeah, it always fucking does that. I was like, I had like momentum last night. I was kind of on fire with like the things I was saying. Now I'm just like, the Doom games, the Doom
is the dooming.
I think it's because Mega Man takes less brain power for me to still be able to play effectively. Meanwhile, while I'm playing Doom, I have to kind of be like, okay, I need to navigate the map and still pay attention to the controls.
Secret.
Huh?
And look for secret.
And look for secret, yeah.
As often in Mega Man.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mega Man, and like Mega Man, I can just autopilot. Like I'm so used to how everything about Mega Man is, where I'm just like, you know, whatever. Play the video game, jump through the stage. Literally, it takes like nothing mentally for me to be able to just like, oh yeah, Mega Man. I know what that is.
Doom does require resource management. It does not appeal to the plights of the ammo allergic.
Yeah, you found the most ammo allergic person in the comments of that one video being like, Mega Man 2 is perfect, actually. Or was that person being like, Mega Man 2 isn't perfect because you can't.
No, apparently, according to him, he says he only uses special weapons to fight bosses or for required areas. He refuses to use them in stages because he hates resource management.
Still amazing that that's somebody who's like, yeah, you know, that makes Boo Beam Trap good because I have the resources available.
He did not say that Boo Beam Trap was good. He did not defend Boo Beam Trap. He just says he fucking hates resource management in these games. And in most games, and in most things.
A little bit of resource management is a good thing for any video game.
But I should also clarify that this same guy also said, when given the fact that Metal Blade gives you 128 uses, you can potentially get ammo that will refill it, and if you pause the game, you could literally have infinite ammo for it. He's like, pausing the game and switching weapons is too inconvenient.
I mean, I'll say that it is too inconvenient, but for somebody who wants to have, you know, infinite ammo or something, it's like the option's there. It's like you just don't want to use it.
But then I also did a follow-up question for him, because I'm like, because the way he described his and again, credit, he said his own irrational hatred of resource management and ammo management. So he at least understands that it's very much not a common thing.
True.
It was like, oh, but if you got a gun that had like 1 billion bullets, and if you used it for like an hour straight through the entire game, and it only used like 0.1%, you still wouldn't use it because it had an ammo limit. No, he said, apparently, according to him, he said that if you played through a level and you had a gun that had 2,000 bullets and he only had to use 1,000 bullets, then he's fine with using it. So apparently, if a weapon, if you're able to use, if you have to use more than 50% of a weapon's full capacity in a stage, it's not worth using, in his opinion.
Got a lot of health. Yeah, no, it's pretty L take. Pretty El Bozo take that guy's got there.
Which is fucking crazy to me too, because it's like the man won't even use quick boomerang. You get 224 quick boomerangs.
Yeah, you'll never run out of that.
It's still too long.
Makes his argument feel like it makes even less sense, because like most of the stages you absolutely can get through on still more than half of a quick boomerang, more than half of your quick boomerang ammo left.
I mean, I did tell him, it's like, dude, just fucking replay the fucking NES games and just use the infinite ammo code to Game Genie and just see what you could do with it. And he said, yeah, he probably would. He said he just probably wouldn't play like the vanilla game with using weapons though.
I should have ran for the BFG, huh?
Yeah, you probably should have.
Well.
Also, I believe both of the secrets are in this area specifically, so before you go too far ahead, I think if you go past where the disaster area sign is, that's going too far.
Alright, well, there it is. I guess maybe don't go past this literal location is maybe what you're saying.
It will eventually open up into the next area.
Oh, please don't
wander. Why use boomerang when use Metal Blade? But that's the thing, he doesn't even use Metal Blade.
Well, I guess I really needed that supercharge.
Like, I have found the one person on the planet who's just like, I will only use the bare minimum. And it's not like, oh, he just used the Buster only run. It's like, no, he still uses weaknesses on bosses. He's like, I will just not use it in any other circumstances.
Alright. Got the fucking BFG. Swipe that shit.
Like I said, I don't even necessarily think it's like an L take or a bad take. I just find it fascinating that people like think like this for video games.
Yeah, I think it is explicitly an L take to just be like, I mean, at the very least, that person understands that like their resource management hatred is like completely irrational and off the deep end, but like to be so against having to manage even the slightest bit of like ammunition like that is just so antithetical to how like just design and just like any real world design is. Like, not saying that video games have to be realistic, but if you want to include any element of like just a little realism, is like, well, you kind of need to be able to have some, you know, ammunition for things. Like, that's just how things work. Or like, you know, even if it's not ammunition, it's like, well, you need wood to like create a pickaxe or something. Like, you can't just not have items you're not using, you're not making stuff out of. Okay,
yeah, that's going too far. I believe the other secret is near like the beginning when you fell down.
Oh, that's this hole in the fence. Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
So now I have it after the Cyberneam encounter.
But yeah, I think I also like mentioned the Doom game stuff.
Hey, Brainlet,
like,
welcome.
Yeah,
just in time for your map.
He even said straight up that's like, no, he thought Doom 2016 was too much of a pain in the ass to play through.
I'm not restarting the map for you, Brainlet, but you'll get to watch the last, what, 3/4 of it?
Yeah, I'm just like, we're only about a quarter of the way through the map. You didn't miss that much.
That's
yeah,
a lot
I think
of...
maybe you went in guns blazing a little bit too fast there.
Went guns blazing into a room that had nothing in it.
Did he play Doom 2016 with the pistol only? I'm convinced he played Doom 2016 with only the pistol and only with melee, and that the only time he ever used any other guns was when he had max ammo on them, and would only ever use them again if he got a glory killing out of ammo. And he said, I believe he said verbatim, the game only got fun when I got that one rune that gives you infinite ammo when you're above a certain armor threshold. Which is, like, fucking insane.
Chris, welcome.
Yeah, hey Chris, how's it going? You actually showed up for a Doom stream, yay!
We're talking about the crazy one guy that Grim found in that one comment section about like how I hate resource management in any game. I won't even use Metal Blade. It takes too much ammo.
Oh yeah, I absolutely think it's a psychological issue. Like, I don't think this is like a very common take at all. Like for it to be that irrational that you're like, the game doesn't start getting fun until it could use things with infinite ammo is like, that's insane. Like does this man, like if this man played like a fucking like Halo game, he's like, I gotta fucking speed run to get the fucking bandana skull, and I have to use melee the whole way while doing it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I think he's already fucking
like a
taken care of.
very extreme case of OCD. Like, I would not even be surprised.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Or some kind of like, you know, physical insane attachment to all things physical. Now. Can't let go of anything that is their own.
I guess it has been a while since you've last been to a stream where my icon moves now when I start talking.
I feel like I've always had you actually on bounce there, but maybe not.
I think all the time. I've definitely been like lit up on occasion, but I've never always had the bounce, I don't think.
I moved slightly too close to the damn Archvile spawning area, and now I get roasted alive.
Well, you see, Chris, that was a YouTube comment. That was not a Steam comment. I know Steam comments get pretty fucking unhinged too. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that was 100%.
Bounces on it now. Let's go. Astute observation. Good way of putting it.
6-7, 6-7. All right, there we go. Got it on my system.
This Archvile. I don't really understand the logic for the arch files popping out of random places in this map. Or this area. I just kind of understand that
I
there's
think
like
this area is
certain line
supposed to be
dev.
like, oh, it's like a graveyard, so they're popping out of tombs.
Yeah, no, I say I get that. I'm more like the idea of like, what fucking line devs am I walking over to make them spawn? And because there seems to just be one or two that's just like every single one pops out now. But the area's cleared, so yippee. And you know, two pinkies and a fucking imp just scratched a spider demon to death. So good boss, as always.
Yeah, I can't comment too much on this WAD overall because I haven't fully delved into it yet, but I recall it being like very highly recommended for enjoyers of TNT. Like it feels like it does a lot of like the TNT staple stuff without it like falling too deep into a lot of the issues that TNT had. And it does do new shit that I think is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I am starting to enjoy the atmosphere now that there is actually combat going on, so I'm enjoying that.
He has a version of the PNG model without the
yeah.
zone.
Brainlet, you might just have missed those things.
You really haven't been here in a while in the actual stream chat, huh?
Yeah, I just decided to take my shades off this time around. You also might notice that my mouth moves a lot less too. That's because I now have a PNG program that doesn't fucking get desynced every 30 minutes. And I had to sacrifice more mouth movements to have a stable program.
Yeah, now you just have like standard mouth movement. Or I guess it could be worse. You could be Ace, where having even the mouse movement, having the mouth movement causes the fucking computer to fucking lose itself.
Well, Ace's computer loses itself at every fucking opportunity possible, so
yeah,
it's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, I crashed twice today during stream.
Yeah, rough one. Hopefully didn't crash on them during Neopets.
Maybe when I could get back to work, maybe I could start accruing funds so I can commission her for stuff. Just buy a new PC already.
Yeah, I'm kind of already being the main funder of that at the moment. But some more.
Listen, I understand the strife of having like a decade-plus old PC. I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. It's like, yeah, having to use this for like actual live stream, it's like you run the risk of it just potentially crashing at random. It's like, yeah, you really need to get a new PC.
Wait, I have rockets. What the fuck am I doing? I thought I was out of ammo. I do not remember picking up a rocket launcher, but I guess I did. Oh wait, right, that was in like the
literally use it at the beginning of the stage to deal with the kinky stuff.
It's been a long stage since then.
You got a light skin stare? What does that mean?
I'm not gonna fucking dive into what that means further. You just do you, Brainlet. Oh, it japed me. The switch moved, and there's now a big Baron boy. There we go. In terms of streaming computer hardware, I actually need to replace soon. I had to buy a new fucking HDMI cable because right now my second monitor is totally fine and not freaking out on me, but every once in a while the HDMI cable is just bent slightly at the wrong angle, and it just like yells at me and gives me like huge amounts of static and gray screen. So that's always fun.
Oh, see, I now have an issue where if I try to boot up my laptop after I keep it in sleep mode with the fucking TV I have it connected to, sometimes the HDMI cable will just decide, okay, cool, I'm now going to fucking maximize the fucking saturation and contrast for no reason. And then I have to unplug it and replug it back in to fix it.
I also have actually, I just got used to this with my computer. Like, I don't even process it as an issue anymore because I kind of sidestepped it. But I had this issue where if I ever had sleep or hibernate as like possible options for it to go into, like, you know, go into sleep or hibernate after a certain number of minutes, the computer would not go into either of those modes consistently and sometimes just restart. So I had to set it so that way my laptop is always on and doesn't go to any screensaver mode or anything like that.
Oh yeah, no, I've been having that issue with my 7, and now instead of it's like if I try to put it in sleep mode, instead it'll just get stuck on the in-between sleep mode, and it'll just stay on for like 8 hours until I have to force it to shut down.
Yeah, it was very annoying when it's like, okay, I'm going to leave my computer for a few minutes to do something in the other room, and then from the other room, I hear the fucking Asus Republic of Gamers whoosh, startup noise every time. It's like, god damn it, I just lost like whatever I had fucking open. So that was annoying. But it's not enough big of an issue to be like, okay, I need to buy a new computer now. The Baronlings feed us. Okay. I haven't played the mod, but the authors like map with a minimalist design. Yeah, there's a little bit of minimalism kind of going on.
I think just a couple of the maps have minimalist design. I think most of the other map stuff in this one specifically is closer to just like TNT stuff.
There are many skeletons in this room.
I do remember this. After you hit that switch, make sure that you are on. Well, make sure after you hit that switch, you get onto that platform with all the plasma cells on it, because that raises and does not lower again, so you can get soft lock down here. I do remember that, having to test it.
And doing the 2016 run that I mentioned earlier, my ammo is bone dry. I'm maybe not the best at hitting things. Come on, I'd appreciate it if the skeleton man got on screen. No? Alright. Alright, well that was like the shittiest dodge of that guy ever. I'll take it. Are there any popular Mega Man soft blocks? I feel like I should know this.
Well, I did find one you can do in Mega Man 2.
Yeah, where was it?
The Flashman one? Or not the, no, sorry, the Wily 2 one you can do with Time Stopper.
Remind me.
You use Time Stopper on the screen before, and then it fails to, because you have Time Stop, it doesn't load in the crash wall collision, so you can phase through it.
Oh, yeah. You can get behind that in, what's supposed to be a little bonus area, and said you're in purgatory forever.
Yeah, I know there's, like, the classic ones of, like, oh, you could use item 1 in, like, the airman fight to glitch into a fucked up Wily stage.
Yeah, I was just about to offer that as something I remembered.
There's killing Wily with Rain Flush in Mega Man 4.
Oh, yeah, there is that one. Oh, you can, in Doc Gemini stage, if you just somehow don't have any rush coil left,
if you use all of your rush
fucking
coil.
Stuck after Doc Needle.
Yeah, your rush coil or rush jet, then yeah, you're just stuck there. That's really funny.
Yeah. Because Capcom said, you know what this area needs? Fucking random, like, 4 block tall pit that you can't get out of without the assistance of a dog. Taxes done? Nice.
Yeah.
Sure glad my taxes are also done and were way simpler than I was initially led to believe. That did actually take quite a bit of load off of my shoulders. I feel a lot better ever since then. Still.
Also just realizing this is a Plutonia MIDI pack track.
Oh.
Like this is I believe this is actually the song for Map 30 in Plutonia.
Nice. Wait, Map 30 wasn't that was it downtown area? I already forgot what the fucking final map of Plutonia was.
Well, Map 30 is the icon of Sin Map, as most Map 30s tend to be.
Yeah, no, that would make sense.
Big ass city area.
I've got a little bit of brain deadenism to me. Oh, hey, we got kind of like a proper slaughter map kind of going on here.
Yeah, you could probably get the Tybes to infight most of these guys.
Yeah, I was trying to BFG that one, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There's a fucking veritable graveyard of skeletons coming after me. I don't think I need to bother with that shit.
I guess a group of skeletons would be called a graveyard, wouldn't it?
Yes. Alright, I tripped over that. Let the skeletons fight their war. Yeah, let the Megadeth fans get into the mosh pit. They'll take care of themselves, no problem. See, that's all. That's all. They already took care of the competing cyber demon.
I'm trying to think, are there any other like Mega Man soft locks, like, I'm not remembering.
I don't know. I'm
Ew,
sure they're
Mega.
probably.
Are we gonna have a problem, Brainlet? What do you mean, ew, Megadeth?
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean, ew, Megadeth? What? We were just glazing up a whole bunch of rock bands, rock and metal bands before you joined. And you're gonna say ew, Megadeth. I don't know. I don't know about your future prospects here, buddy.
Okay, first, I'm gonna need you to elaborate. What do you mean Capcom was ahead of their time when they made Booby Trap? I'm gonna need a clarification on what you mean by that.
Yeah, what? Yeah. I'm also gonna second that opinion, because I don't think it's necessarily to be ahead of their time on the mechanics of it. It's just, here's a wall that you need one weapon to destroy, here's an enemy that you need the same weapon to destroy. Go do math.
Booby Death Trap of all time? It is fucking insane to me, though, that, like, in that one video that I got into, like, the comment chain with that other guy, was like, there were so many comments of people who are like, yeah, I beat Booby when I was 6, I think it's a good boss because it's a puzzle.
Like, you can have puzzles that are not well designed. It's totally possible for that to exist, and for them to still be easy. Ooh, that was well timed. Okay.
Well, it did get everything, I guess, except the last item, wherever it could be, but it doesn't matter.
I don't know what the item is, but I'll take it. Let's get out of here.
Brainlet's really out here trying to make enemies, huh?
They ain't Gojira, Mastodon, or Prototype, that's for sure. Well, I only really know Mastodon. I think Mastodon's okay. I don't really have much opinions. Alright. That was, how's the audio there? Okay. Alright, thoughts on that. That was actually pretty cool. It picked up, after a little bit, because, like, I think the first introduction part, like, yeah, you know, the moodiness was cool, and it was definitely a pretty cool set piece. Like, the area design of kind of like that hub area was really cool. It was a little slow to pick up for me. I did like kind of the fake archvile jump scare at the beginning. That was funny. But yeah, then eventually the design, you know, started to open up and just, you know, got to pretty good challenges and a nice kind of mini slaughter setup there at the end. I think maybe the only big complaint was, like, with the disaster area had, like, some... It was really unclear what was causing every archvile in the arena to spawn at once sometimes. I feel like that wasn't very obvious what I was doing wrong there. I was just kind of wandering until I could eventually pick them off one by one. But it wasn't that bad to get through, so it's not like I, you know, resent it or anything. So, yeah, pretty good map. The way
you're saying that, like, you break the wall and then the boss, you can only defeat the boss to crash bomb. No other boss did that. But how is that ahead of its time?
Yeah. How's that ahead of its time or good?
That still doesn't explain, like, can you give me a future example that does the same thing?
And more notably, can you say that there aren't past or contemporary examples that do the same thing? Because I'm pretty sure that's, like, a staple of a lot of, like, bad NES games.
Yeah, it's like, when I think of Boom, I think of, like, bad NES games that don't know how to, like, properly balance their shit properly. That's, like, one of the reasons why I think a lot of NES games did not age well.
Alright, well, I think we have enough time for one more map to close out the night. Let's see where we end up heading. Let's see,
well, I think if we are closing out, I don't know if you still want to save the Yuzi doing stuff for maybe another time, because that would be 2 in total. But
I mean, if anything, we just start up the next stream with Yuzi Doom again, and, you know, oh well, there's one more, you know, thing to launch, right?
Yeah, alright, I guess it's fine.
Alright, time to spin that wheel! We have... Hey! Speak of the devil! Get Pirate Doom, map 47!
Pirate Doom's back? Alright.
Alright, time to close this out then and launch Yuzi Doom. So that'll be fun. I guess, Graham, I'll ask you, and Pig Serpent too, would you say that, like, it would be a good idea to play the first map of Pirate Doom as well? Because I kind of noticed it seems to be a little bit more tutorial-y, and I don't want to be lost when playing the game.
I mean, I was able to play map 47 without having played the tutorial, and I thought it was easy enough to understand. So, eh.
I guess just kind of let me know then what I'm kind of might be missing or like that I should be thinking of because I know it was kind of trying to like teach you about alt fire and also maybe you shouldn't have jump on for the map or something like that or for the wad. I don't know.
Can't think of any other NES game where the boss was also a puzzle. I mean, I don't know if I would necessarily even say that the Boo Beam Trap is really a puzzle. It's, I mean, if it's a puzzle, it's the shittiest puzzle I've ever played.
Let's get that capturing.
Oh, okay, that's a small story, but it's mostly just set pieces for the first 10 maps, so.
Alright, there we go. Pirate Doom. Okay, so Pirate Doom has a small story. Mostly just pirate set piece for the first 10 maps. For alt fires to try out, mostly just melees. First map's a pirate ship, so that's cool. Alright, if it's not load bearing, then yeah, I won't bother doing it. We can charge right ahead and be fine with things. Let me just, let's see. I know that the, well, press F1 to see the Pirate Code of Honor. Real pirates don't jump. Jumpin' be for landlubbers. A pirate only crouches if he feels like it, but a true pirate never feels like it. A pirate must use his one good eye to free look, especially when firing cannons. A thinking man knows that every weapon has alt fire. So I'm gonna turn off crouching and jumping. And see if there's a I hope I can find my free look button. if I can't, we'll look at it later. Grim, do you remember off the top of your head where that is?
No, because I don't use usually Doom nearly as much as I do PR Boom Plus and TSDA.
Allow crouch or
well, that would be it right there.
I guess it's by default, so maybe it's not on. I could just turn them off, or
yeah,
I could just make sure that it's allowed and disallowed.
Yeah, I think default settings is like it'll like have them on by default unless like the map set specifically says no, keep this shit off.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Yeah, because I didn't
I like
know,
the
like,
RNA. It's pretty cool.
This, but yeah, I think at least like the fact that it gives you a little screen of like, okay, this is what you should have on, shouldn't have on. Like, okay, that helps. Well, you might have to idclev.
Yeah, I think that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
So idclev 47.
47.
There we go. All right, this looks familiar. All right, cool.
And Doom Guy is suffering from jaundice.
Oh, there's a sequel to this one. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call him suffering from jaundice. More suffering from like cartoon scurvy or cartoon radiation. Jaundice turns you more yellowish in color. Yeah, cartoon seasickness. He looks like he's green with envy.
Oh yeah, I was also gonna mention that too. Like it looked like the final Bowser fight in Mario 3 also kind of a puzzle then, if you wanted to do moves like that.
I guess a little bit.
I mean, I guess technically Mario 3 came out a little bit after Mega Man 2. But like, yeah.
Okay, this is fun already. Ow. I do like the already just having a stronger pistol too. It's a nice change of pace. The pistol being kind of, you know, a baby bitch weapon that you never want to turn to for anything. Anyways, yeah, Pixar, you want to tell us where you found this, why you submitted this one in particular? Just curious, provide us with a little bit of something to talk about. Because I definitely like the atmosphere of this, and, you know, being your friend, I know you definitely enjoy shit like pirate metal, so this fits with the whole, you know, just having a good time kind of aesthetic. I certainly like pirate aesthetic, so I think it's a good choice for me.
But if I believe I'm right, I believe all the weapon sprites are taken from catalogs.
I'm not familiar with that one.
That is one that got a remaster on Steam a little while ago. I mean, it's still $30 though, so I'm still trying to get it when it hopefully goes on sale. So that is one I very much want to play at some point.
Oh, this is a fucking area I don't want to be in. It is still kind of...
Okay, that makes sense. Discovered it through CAC Awards, which makes total sense. That's how I find a lot of classic stuff, too.
I'm still getting used to the fact that I can look up and down in Doom. It's, not familiar territory to me yet.
Yeah, playing Doom with actual free look on is definitely weird if you're not used to it.
It's like, oh my god, I'm playing something approximating a modern shooter? I haven't done this in so long.
Yeah, because it's technically like, because the GZ Doom, UZ Doom framework, it actually is a 3D. Unlike,
yeah, it's not fake kind of 2D rendering bullshit that actual Doom does.
Yeah.
I do appreciate, even though I can't fucking make out too many individual lines, just that all the enemies are pirates saying random pirate things. It helps with the immersive atmosphere.
Sponge boy me, Bob. I'm gonna blast the cap in your booty hole.
Arr, Sponge Boy me Bob, I accidentally opened a portal to hell. I need you to clean things up. Arr, 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 arr. Here, you could even take Patrick.
The Krusty Krab trying to revive me great-grandmom. I need to close it.
SpongeBob, I need you to go to Brazil. Right now. I will save soon as I get out of this.
Boy, me Bob, you gotta go to Christ the Redeemer to get this new formula back.
Okay, it's kind of nice that the chain gunners inherently shoot a little bit slower because we're all using fucking old-ass pirate technology. I don't get instantly reamed when I'm not looking in every direction possible.
Yeah, because I think it's like a lever crank gun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Doom Guy, yeah, the hue on Doom Guy's face is a little strange there, Chris. Totally nails what you wanted while doing some really cool stuff later on in the WOD. You chose this level because it felt like a level that grew. I felt like the level it grew the beard while being a great showcase of the vibe. Like, as in growing that mood of, cool stuff? Or, I don't know what you meant to say there, but...
I see you found the secret vault behind the window.
Arg, I killed 5 people in Minnesota. Arg, 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 they're buried at 1.0006.645.77. Oh, that wasn't meant to be pirate talk. Or Krusty Krab's talk was meant to be pirate talk. Also, fucking the gold is booby trapped. The gold is booby trapped.
Ah, yes, the ye old 1800s siren alarm for when your bank vault gets invaded. Everyone knows it.
We had to put on the bank alarm klaxon. Shiver me to me.
A Hades 2 stream the entire time.
Dallas, me boy, I need a med kit.
I need a med bag. I be needed to help the shows me wound. Oh, the piss room? A crater full of piss? What kind of piss hardened like that?
Boy, Proto and Brainlet are competing for the most possible disgusting scenarios, huh?
Or do you piss out fucking string cheese? Like, how the fuck does it have that kind of viscosity to it?
I don't know. To me, it seemed pretty clear that that was like a Scrooge McDuck jump in the gold doubloons kind of situation.
Or it's like a fucking casino zone from Sonic Adventure.
Yeah. Those are just barrels. Also, those are Super Mario 64 doors, I just realized. That's Peach's castle.
Yes, they are. Every pirate knows how to BLJ over the Bowser at 16 stars. Can't be a real pirate unless you know how to.
You just line yourself up with the North Star, and then you send yourself at a speed of 4,000 nautical knots that way.
Okay, is there a way to time out Brainlet for that comment? That is fucked.
Yeah, Brainlet, you might be pushing it a little bit.
Oh my god.
We're not exactly prudes here, but
I
maybe
mean, you
don't
can be
turn
a
this
little
into
bit
your
prudy,
piss.
but not fucking that.
Don't
Whatever
turn this
that-
into your piss cheese fetish zone, please. Thank you. Save that for the until I can make the alt channel of Crash Incubus. Thanks. The motion sickness is beginning. Oh yeah, sorry, Proto.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, I would definitely advise to look away because yeah, Doom with free look on is can be a little bit motion sickness inducing.
I'm surprising it feels so nauseating and weird to do, because like for me, obviously, like I'm very used to FPS games, but like just having the ability to do so in Doom is kind of throwing me off. Maybe it's just because you like skate around so quickly in Doom that it's just kind of like
Yeah, you can be pretty fast in Doom, so I think it's just like it feels weird. I think it's also like a case too of like because Doom also works with like sprite stuff, where it doesn't feel like it kind of exists in like an actual three-dimensional plane, like the way that the scaling works. I think it just kind of creates that like effect that just feels like it's more nauseating to look at than like if they were like full 3D models. Like
Yeah.
I feel like if this was like Quake, which is like a full 3D engine with like actual modeled enemies, like I don't think you get the motion sickness experience nearly as bad.
okay, the Revenants send fucking exploding birds at me. I love that. Need to go. All right, Proto. Thanks for trying to tough it out. I mean, at the very least, you could always just keep us in the background and chat if you want to. I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, if you don't want to look at it, you can just keep it on in the background. It's probably fine. Because yeah, I think like while I don't necessarily think that like vanilla Doom without free look it's too motion sickness inducing, like yeah, with free look on, the results can be debatable.
Hey, somebody finally answered how pinkies would wear pants if they could wear pants. I love the imps throwing just fiery daggers at you. That is still very pirate-coded while keeping in the spirit of what imps do. When the fuck did I get a BFG? Oh, it's like grenades. Nice! Let's see.
Oh, that's
that
SSG.
shotgun. Yeah, that fucking kills. And surprisingly, the alt fire for this is not, in fact, using only one bullet. I was kind of expecting that. It's still just using a knife.
Oh yeah, Voxel is cool. I haven't played it myself, but closest I've gotten to playing like an FPS with Voxel so far has been Ion Fury. Pretty good game. Yeah, honestly, I'm so used to like the sprites in Doom that like I don't think I could fully get used to wanting to play like an entire WAD with Voxel on.
Yeah, it could maybe get a little bit too much at that point. I can see it. Alright, what's the alt fire for the... Is it just lobbing? No, it's the same thing. Okay, there is no alt fire for dynamite.
Unless maybe it could be a thing where it's like... Oh, maybe it doesn't. I thought it might be a thing where it's like you can create like rollers or it's just like open contact with anything.
Yeah, that's what I would have expected too, but it doesn't seem to be that way.
Also, the Hell Knights are throwing heretic axes. Yeah, the fact that he is using dynamite, he's basically playing blood. I still have to play that. I really want to wait for the new remaster to go on sale, though. Yeah, this shit's way too fucking expensive right now.
I do like the ability of Yuzi Doom to actually just change the music as we go through different parts of the map. It isn't very subtle about loading new parts of the map, though. I won't give it that. There's very much like a Half-Life, like, and then it has to actually start working.
Well, this is an older GZ Doom mod, to be fair.
Oh.
Like, I think some of the later ones can blend it a lot more fluidly. Like, I think Elementalism does it quite a bit better.
Knife parry the axes they are throwing? I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I don't think
we got those kind of capabilities. Also, I just realized that I can just do double shot with the that's the alt fire for the dual pistols. I think I'm just going to keep this out now instead of using the single pistols. Wine is good for me health. Aye, laddie.
Yeah, Blood is a very punishing game. I don't know what like that is not an FPS I would just recommend to anybody. Like that is definitely you gotta be like in the dregs of like wanting to get your balls busted.
I think I've seen Pig Serpent play before. It definitely looked like it was in that vein. Not sure it would be my thing, though. I bet I probably could force myself through it if I wanted.
Well, from my best understanding of Blood is like if you turn a corner and you're not prepared for it to get instantly fucking hit scanned by like shotguns and shit, where it's like a lot of the time you're dealing with combat, you were throwing dynamite around corners to deal with most of the enemies.
Yeah, that seems like quite an asymmetry in your ability to actually fight back on things. Ow, that bastard knocked me into the water. He's turning me into a salty dog. Yeah, is there
Actually,
a good way out?
I think when I did do this, I believe even while I had the default settings on, I think it still disabled jump unless you were in the water.
Slowly encroaching on these imps.
Yeah, Brandon, I don't think Blood is the reason why you lost your house. I think it might be the not paying your bills part.
Well, you see, Blood just distracted Brainlet from being able to pay his bills. It was just too difficult, and he couldn't step away. His pride was on the line. If he stepped away, you know, what would be even the point in paying his bills?
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree that as far as the build engine games go, I definitely would say the Duke 3D is probably the easiest. But I wouldn't say that it's like incredibly easy. But I would probably say that Duke 3D just feels like it's easier just because it's trying to fulfill the whole power fantasy thing. But yeah, from what I have seen of Blood and Shadow Warrior, yeah, those games especially do not hold back.
Bird. There's some health anywhere? That would actually be really fucking nice right
So
now.
I'm also assuming we're talking about the actually good build games. Like, I imagine you don't want to talk about, like, Tech War.
I can't get away from these birds. Fuck you, Skeleton Man! Oh no, I'm in the water! Okay, good. There's a couple supplies.
He really needed some rum.
Whoa, hi, Lost Soul. The first one of you around. And you got the Captain Jack Sparrow kind of headband going on. Yeah, I do want to probably play Duke Nukem 3D again at some point, because I beat it like when I was younger, but then I got back to it and I think I forgot how to put auto run on and I just couldn't actually get anywhere in it, and I think I need to rectify that, especially now that I have, you know, Doom experience. I could probably get through Duke 3D again fairly
and you
simply.
still have Megaton Edition, so you gotta have all the extra expansions too.
Yeah, I did have that one.
Yeah, lucky bastard. I wish I fucking had that. I'm just stuck with the cursed Randy version.
What's the story of that?
It's you know, you fucking like, oh well, the Duke Nukem 20th anniversary remaster was done by the same people that worked on like the Xbox 360 port of Doom by Nerve Software. Like, really good. But then as soon as you introduce a Randy, suddenly there's a bunch of weird fucking cursed things about it. And it's like it doesn't have official mod support unless you do a bunch of fucking working around in the back end. It's just like, why is it like
the
this?
end? Oopsie, hold on. Fair. All right.
It's for the record. It's like if you don't give a shit, it's a fine version. But it's like the fact that it doesn't come with all the added expansions is like definitely a point against it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sour spot if it just doesn't have nice extra things.
Like, I definitely think it's along the same lines of, like, you know, it's nice that we get, like, Mega Man 7 through 10 and Legacy Collection 2, but, like, why isn't Mega Man ENBYS there?
Yeah, fair.
Added it. Like...
Secret area. Okay, well, there's nothing on this rock, but it looks like there's something.
I'll tell you right now, I did not look for all of the secrets when I did this. So I don't know where any of them are.
Oh, I think I know where some of the lost souls came from now. Ow. He'll be back.
Right, and yeah, because this is, oh, you got spooked. Yeah, because I'm realizing this is usually doing lost souls do count towards the kill count.
Fair enough, they were spawned in, and I decided to take the slowest route. Hold on, gotta... there we go. Oh no. There we go. You know what, can I just... There we go. Okay, well that guy's...
I just love how they just literally just ported the explosion strike from that game.
From what game?
From
I didn't hear you.
Such a fucking classic explosion grapple explosion. It's like, hey, if you're gonna steal it for your game, it makes sense.
Okay, well that was one.
Sprite game. Of course, it's gonna look fucking fantastic.
Okay, so let's see. Icarus is saying there's 2 other secrets. Thing in a wall behind the bar earlier on that I didn't go for. Alright. Let's go do some hunting.
Brain that I'd have to assume he can swim because he's technically based off of a ZX model Reploid, and they don't have any issues being in water, so...
I would say yeah. I don't have a weakness to water. That isn't my secret failing. Isn't my Achilles heel.
I think it's actually, well, come to think of it then... Well, I guess I'm realizing something weird. Your character technically is a Reploid.
Yeah.
And not just like a human with like armor, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm kind of retrofitting the idea that this character probably should be more of like a Legends type character maybe, so maybe more of a Carbon kind of thing going on, but for the time being, we can say
the reason why I'm like
somewhere in
realizing
ZX.
that is like, oh, well, he's a Reploid, but like, wait, he doesn't have the red triangle on his forehead, so maybe he isn't.
Yeah. This character is kind of existing outside of lore right now. The intention was never to actually stream with this PNG, and then Mag Mammal 3 was coming out, and it's like, oh fuck, well, I've got to have something to stream with, so let's take this mock-up that Nope made for me a while ago and run with it, and, well, now I'm having it tied to my brand, even though I don't have, like, a proper story for it, or an idea where it fits into things. It looks like it's kind of a Legends era character. It's got that art style to it, but it doesn't really.
It's like a mix of
make
GX and
sense.
Legends. Like it's almost like the in-between times between both series.
Yeah. Now see, there's a health back there. This seems like I should be able to get down here somehow.
Did you just break the glass?
I broke something.
I wasn't sure if, like...
I think I just need the
okay,
sound of me
it's the
shooting the
pure
glass
glass.
prop. Doesn't actually break open. Yes, because being waterproof is the most necessary part of being a chemist. Like, because
Yeah,
that's...
everyone knows that fucking Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist dies instantly if you put him in 2 inches of water.
Everyone knows that, yeah, the most corrosive thing in a chemistry lab is water. Oh, that wasn't the answer.
Crash fucking just falls over dead if he fucking dies like a fucking puddle like he's fucking Master Chief.
Oh no, I'm melting! My enjoyment for the Wicked movies is starting to bite me in the ass.
Like, you wouldn't even melt, you just touch the fucking puddle and then you instantly ragdoll.
Oh, is this maybe how I'm supposed to do this? Oh, yes it is.
Hey.
Okay. Those secrets, anything down here? No. You can break some health packs by shooting them in this? Okay, I could try shooting the, this thing from above. Maybe that'll do something. It doesn't seem like it. Oh wait, no, I did break it actually, yeah. That's fun, you can screw yourself over. Alright, how many secrets we got? 5 out of 8? Okay. Take a little longer to look for a couple more. I don't know. Did you happen to... Or, no, you said you didn't happen to 100% secrets this, did you, Grim?
Yeah, I got 100% kills, I did not get 100% secrets. Yeah, because I think Because I think it's mostly just like a case of like I just try to make sure that the map at least works, and then just like I'll double check in the wiki in case there's any secrets that are unobtainable. Or like, you know, but considering that I had to vet a lot of maps, I didn't want to like spend too long.
Yeah, it's understandable. I feel like there should be one more thing here in the bank of all places. Like a secret hidden vault or something. Maybe not. Strong glass, as expected. There's like a spot that opened the bar back there. Is there maybe a button? It's hard to see with the candle lighting.
Yeah, it's not like you can jump back into the bar.
No.
Don't jump.
There's like a small hole in the floor. I feel like that has to be relevant somehow. They wouldn't have just put that there if it didn't mean anything.
I mean, Chris, if you're an anomaly for trying to find 100% items, I am also an anomaly for wanting to do that. But there's also cases where it's just like, if I found all the kills and the secrets, and I just have items left, I will usually just kind of be like, alright, fuck it, I'm finishing the map.
Okay, there's some trigger up here that once walked over, it causes the bar to partially recede. I don't know what it was, though, that did that.
Timer?
I saw it jump back up, but I don't know what I did to cause that to happen. Oh, I just had to press the button from... I just had to press E from up here. Okay. Well, yippee! I got no health from doing that. I hope it's not too dark for y'all trying to watch. I can definitely tell the gamma's a little bit lower on stream than it is for me. But we're almost done with the map, so... Not too much longer of wandering around in the darkness. Okay, nothing else here really. It's just the red key in this area. Let's see, anything with the water? No, I don't see anything here. This is just a place to fight a couple of barons.
Big Serpent saying there's one in the well.
There's a well?
Yeah, I think there's a well in the center of town.
Oh, there's a well right here.
That's also a well.
Oh, well, that would have been nice earlier. And, okay, we just got one more. I love how the invulnerability makes this map even more brown.
Oh, I mean, you either get Sleepy Tone or you get eye steering white.
Yeah, it is better than that. I'll say that. Looking over here, there's just icons on the wall. Just some shells. Okay, there. Special about that rock. It's just more rum. Probably the ship of Scrappy Sea Bass. Basically, I love. Okay, that's very funny that there's a fucking invisible wall. Text of "Stop going there, you fucking moron." Okay, I kind of see where this is pirate music. I also feel like this is applicable to be like a weird form of bluegrass as well.
This also just sounds like fucking redneck rampage music.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like I more belong in like the deep south rather than in, you know, the pirate cove. If there's let's see.
Wait, this is Ghost Riders in the Sky? Like the actual song Ghost Riders in the Sky.
By who is that from?
Stan Jones?
Doesn't ring a bell for me. Oh, wait a minute. I haven't been up here yet. This may be something. Could also be nothing. Alright, there's an invisible wall there. So this is, in fact, a big load of nothing.
Yep, Pig is right. This is Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Alright. Grim, would you mind pulling up the wiki for this and just like seeing?
Alright, I have the wiki up. Building PB climbing top, illicit beer mugs, head across the mall, to get a backpack. You already got a backpack?
I do seem to have a backpack.
Enter Jade Shots and press the near south into the counter. Boy, you want to run by secret trigger. I think that's the bar. Jump out the northeast window to get some run. Head across the hanging triangle across the south. Across more hanging triangles with a dynamite. Building opposite of the bank, climb the steps, head to the northeast corner. Jump to the shelf to the west of the line.
Got that one.
There's a well secret.
Yep.
Get the docks into the southwest cave, find the mega armor box shotgun shells.
Yep, that was where the lost souls were.
2 huts at the docks. To the right of the second hut, get into the higher rock to the north, head east, and use a wall to the north to find the megasphere.
That one does not sound familiar. Let me go do that. What is the brownest element? Brainlet has to ask. It's kind of a good question.
My head
actually,
first went to bromine, but I might be wrong about that.
Bromine's a good choice, and I think that might be the probable right answer. My other answer would be elemental boron. Both bromine and boron, funny that they're both letter B's, are both highly brown elements in their natural form. One, of course, one's a toxic corrosive gas, the other is a largely harmless powder. Okay, wait, so you said the stone wall was on, like, where? The east?
Yeah, and there's, like, another rock I think you have to climb up.
Okay. And so it was near the huts over here, or would that hut, like, further down?
Oh, wait, you have to... Okay, you use the use button on a wall, and that opens up the gate to the megasphere. So, yeah, I think you get up on top of the rock wall, and you go, I think, as east as far as you can. On that ledge. Yeah, and then there's like a wall over here you can press the use on.
Alright, would never have found that on my own. Fair enough. I wouldn't recommend eating boron there, Brainlet. It's probably not the best ideas, but it's largely harmless. You know, maybe check check here with your doctor, see if boron is right for you. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, no, definitely, yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for the random blue skulls to tell me that I guess I needed the blue key to get out of here. Fair enough. I don't know why I'm gonna say before I exit, but just in case I want to come back to this, I guess. Okay, that was pretty fun. I think it would take me a while to get used to some of how, like, Pirate Doom's weapons kind of function, because, like, they all are a little bit slower than your standard Doom fare, but they do provide a pretty good, you know, punch for how slow they are. This was kind of fun to romp around in. The secrets were mostly manageable, though I think that last one was maybe a little bit bullshit. I mean, overall, the pirate theming is just fun, though, so I'm glad that I got to try a little bit of Pirate Doom at all. So, like, this is a pretty good recommendation, I would say.
Yeah, this is a very solid pick, I gotta say, Pig. I kind of want to play through more of this WOD myself at some point.
Yeah. I mean, I might give this a shot when I need something UZ Doom flavored to play. I still need to finish Alien Vendetta, but once we're done with that, we'll...
Yeah, how many maps do you have left for Vendetta? What was the last one you finished? 21?
Something like that. I don't remember. It was, I think I did...
over the Caco's Nest?
Yeah, I think that was the last one I did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still gotta finish Vendetta myself.
The next level's a cannonball fight and something else. Damn. I'll have to try that out on my own time. But, yeah, no. pretty good recommendation, Pig Serpent. That was fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. And, well, I guess we could probably get to your UZ Doom map on the next stream. Although, it's at this point, it's honestly, we're going to be starting it and stopping it anyways for UZ Doom, so... I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll see if I want to randomize it or not.
Also, considering how long Elementism might be, I wouldn't even be surprised if my competitors save later for the stream, just so at least we get some potentially shorter maps to look at the beginning.
Fair enough.
Those are my thoughts on that. But, you know, we'll see.
Oh, also, Brainlet, there is explicitly a Pirate Man character, so you can go look at that if you want to.
Yeah, there is a Pirate Man. His main weapon is landmines.
Oh, and Chris had a good point with the invulnerability in this game makes people who suffer from color blindness unable to play.
As opposed to Vanilla Doom, which makes people who don't want to go blind avoid that game.
All right. That's a good stopping point for tonight. So let's see. What did we do today? We did... Looking at my crossed map. Okay, pressing the Alt button.
We did Ancient Aliens Map 2, Sanctum of the Waste. We did Sargasso Map 2, Red Zone. We did Road to Hades Map 18, Deaf, Dumb, and Blind. And we did Pirate Doom Map 47, Booty Bay.
Hey, not a bad haul.
Four maps is pretty respectable, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Of the ones I've played so far, I think I felt actually that Ancient Aliens might have been my favorite so far. Like that, again, it was a short, brief map that has everything kind of condensed down, really good atmosphere, and it only takes a few minutes to get through. Not saying everything else tonight wasn't fun, but it was notable that all the other maps tonight were lengthy for one reason or another. Sargasso because it was just a huge map for kind of some Star Fox exploration. Deaf, Dumb, and Blind because it was a meant to be a little bit more of a atmospheric kind of horror-y experience with a slaughter conclusion. And Pirate Doom just because it had kind of like some weird spread out secrets and maybe some like slower guns that I have to get used to. But all still very fun. But I definitely like how Ancient Aliens seems to be a classic for a reason.
Yeah. No, don't feel bad, Peg.
Don't feel bad.
This was usually fine. I didn't necessarily think this one was too long.
No, it only took like 30 minutes. Like,
it's like you're also having to your map design is also having to compete with Skillsaw, who knows how to perfectly pace his combat encounters. So it's like that's always going to be kind of a hard thing to overcome. Skillsaw just knows how to design like fucking snappy, quick maps.
Yeah, and I had fun with all the encounters in this, and getting to see all the piratified Doom cast was pretty cool. Like, no, I had a good time. Don't get me wrong. Pig Serpent. This was great. I think there's probably also just a little bit of like, oh my god, 3D Doom. This is weird to get used to.
Having like actual free look is it's hard to get used to for sure.
Yeah, but it's a good introduction to that. So, I guess with that, we'll conclude for the night. I'll go ahead and do the usual shilling. So, please like the video, hype it, share it with your finest first mate, your first matey, if you will. And, join the Discord if you haven't yet. I'm pretty sure it's all familiar faces tonight, but if there happens to be a lurker in the background there, you're welcome. We talk about Mega Man and Doom and other stuff in the server, so go ahead and join. I also have Blue Sky and Twitter if you want to follow me there for some godforsaken reason. I don't really post much, but when I do, it's I wouldn't say it's a banger. It's maybe the most mid tweet of all time. But if that sounds interesting to you, go right ahead. Anything else I missed? Oh yeah, I'm on break next week because I want to just take a second because I'm a little burnt out and I need to just do some stuff in my life, do some spring cleaning in the house as well. So no streams next week, but we'll be back with Mega Man Extreme and Freedom Planet 2 in 2 weeks from now. Yeah, any closing thoughts, Grim?
Looking forward to next community night where we have Santa Claus and more Archfiles. Potentially.
It's gonna be Christmas in May? Ugh, I should have delayed this even longer so that way you do Christmas in July.
This has gotten delayed long enough, we don't need more delays.
I bring to you Doom Life 3. No.
Doom Nukem Forever.
Doom Nukem Forever. That's a good one. All right. Okay, everybody, have a good night. And but best part about the next stream is that I won't have a weird like sore at the back of my throat, and I can actually function at full capacity. So
hopefully, or maybe you'll get a brand new sore that'll be uncomfortable instead.
Yeah, maybe I'll accidentally get an STI or something. Who the hell knows? But I don't think
get
it
a
will.
disease through the computer like I've gotten through a fucking network transmission.
I'm going to stick my dick inside the CPU and die like Mitty did in the fucking extreme the other night.
No, Techno stuck his dick in the computer. Mitty died by proxy of being brothers with Techno.
Okay, I think we need to end things off here. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.